PizzaFellas podcast right here, the hottest in the world.
It's a PizzaFellas podcast. Turn your speakers up, we better have a blast. Grab a drink, fill a glass, light a cigar, come on, let's make it last. Pizza Talk with Sal and Joe, Oliver, Antonio. Pizza stories, they gon' tell us. Let's have some fun with the PizzaFellas.
PizzaFellas podcast right here, the hottest in the world. How's fire?
Hey, what's up, guys? PizzaFellas podcast, episode 83. We're back on before our summer break here that comes up this weekend for us at Biagio's. Cheers to everybody out there. It was a quick summer. I think it went fast. Went faster than we all expected. Yeah. Football season's right around the corner. Monday. And everyone, so I saw a quick fact. This Thursday is the last Thursday without football until the end of football season. So next week, every Thursday, we got football going on, which is pretty crazy. So summer's over.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, kids got to go back to school. But, I mean, it's been an okay summer. I mean, there's a lot of rain. A lot of rain, a lot of heat. Yeah, a lot of mugginess.
A lot of heat. Once we got it. Oh, remember, June wasn't.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, June was like, I was still wearing sweatshirts mid-June.
Well, June was a lot of rain, too, you know.
And May. But, we're back on. Remember, going to all the platforms, follow us, social media, and YouTube and Spotify. Subscribe. We have some great news out here that Antonio's going to get to.
Well, before we do that, I just want to have a moment of silence for my hero growing up.
Well, all of us.
All of us.
What you gonna do
when the
Hulkster comes down on you?
And I'm never taking that thing away.
Fucking way. We've got to like do something to it, like put some kind of paint on it to see it.
Yeah, and I hope nothing happens to this guy. Rocky.
Yeah, he's But him and Ozzy
Osbourne and Chuck Mangione, right, today, and the Cosby Kid. What was his name?
Round on vacation.
Jamal
Wagner? No.
Wait, so Chuck Mangione starts a new ring, so it always comes in 3.
That's right.
So Mangione's 4. So now we got to wait for 2 more.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Well, you want to hear an interesting story about Hulk Hogan? So back in the 80s, late 80s, when him and Andre the Giant headlined the first ever Saturday night, not WrestleMania, Saturday night main event.
No, it was Sunday night, Sal.
Oh, was it?
It was Sunday night. WrestleMania was Sunday night.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. Before the epic showdown at WrestleMania, they started, Vince McMahon said to NBC, let's do Saturday night main event. So the first ever Saturday night main event is when Hogan lost the title to Andre, which led to the WrestleMania match. That match was viewed by 33 million people. That exceeded the World Series, Super Bowl, NBA championship, all this past year. Viewership.
Look at that.
Think about that.
Shit. That's crazy.
That's pretty fucking crazy.
People were into that shit.
People were into
They're
it.
still into it.
They are.
Yeah.
I mean, they
And
are.
now it's on like every night, right?
Yeah, you got
I mean,
Monday,
it's like,
you got Tuesday, you got Wednesday, you got Friday, and then you got the pay-per-views. But, I mean, listen, I was at WrestleMania last year. I took my wife and my son, and I just talking about it, I got goosebumps. Till this day, it's one of the
It's a show.
best experiences ever. I tell you right now. Yeah, and then there's a picture of me when I was 5, probably.
Send it to Ryan.
Yeah, we could
Well,
put
your
that
dad
up there.
said you high-fived Hulk Hogan.
Yes, it was at
the
Stabler.
Spectrum. No,
Oh,
He
Spectrum.
high-fived you.
Yeah.
When he was wearing the white shorts.
Yeah, that was...
Really?
Yeah, it was in his beginning. He was just coming up.
Okay.
I lifted you up. I put you out there. I was like, boom, you hit him.
He came up, and I wasn't even born yet, but when I was young in the early 90s, that was kind of his tail end.
Yeah.
You had the Ultimate Warrior coming up. You had Yokozuna, coming up and stuff like that. But then when he went to WCW, and, this might be boring to some people, but to me, in 96, when he changed from Hulk Hogan to the NWO, if you're a wrestling fan, that transition and that when he leg drop Macho Man in the middle of the ring, and him and Scott Hall and Kevin Nash joined the NWO, that changed the history of wrestling.
Yeah, it did.
The history of wrestling. It
remember
made
seeing
being a
that.
bad guy
Good.
fucking cool.
Yeah.
And when
Now it's a rites of passage.
yes, but I mean back
Yeah, it
then, you got to remember it was always good guy, bad guy. That was the first time it was a bad guy being a fucking cheered. People didn't know what to do.
Well,
it was
he
unheard of.
left Vince McMahon then. Him
Well,
and
that's
Vince had a
because
falling
Vince.
out.
Well, Vince didn't want to pay him. Said he was done, and then WCW with Turner. Turner had no. They had no contracts. Basically, their contracts was with Hogan. You're going to get this amount of money a year, and you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Wasn't that Bischoff that had it? Yeah.
So Bischoff was there,
Bischoff was
but the
part of their
money
too.
was from Turner.
Well, he was the
Sports.
writer. He was like the Vince McMahon
Yes.
of that end.
Yes.
Turner Sports owned the Atlanta Braves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
from
own
Atlanta.
CNN.
That's
They
right.
done everything. Yeah,
That's right.
But
Yo,
he had.
But when CNN was CNN.
Yo, Montana.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
let's not go that route. But anyway.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But I mean, cheers to him. He did.
Well,
a-
cheers to him.
a
He's
lot.
also of Italian descent. He was. So we got to give him that.
Oh yeah, but hey.
Terry Bollea. Hulk Hogan was Italian descent.
Well, for all you
I didn't
watching
know
out
that.
there, I never fucking knew that. So
Terry
Antonio,
Bollea.
you went to an encyclopedia tonight and you brought some
I knew that.
Bohemian message.
I knew that. That's why all the Italians, when
What
I
were
grew
they
up.
called? The Bohemian encyclopedias?
No,
Now,
that's
now
when the-
is he Northern Italian with the blonde
I don't
hair? or is
fucking
it-
know,
or
Doc.
is it
But
like-
listen, at the end, all the Italians loved him because he was Italian. True.
But I'll
What
tell
was the
you,
name of those encyclopedia? Bohemian?
No,
You combine-
Britannia.
Britannia. I call them Bohemian. Fucking shit.
Am I right? I know. I know my fellow Italian.
But he went through that divorce. He had a rocky time.
Yeah.
He did all that. But listen, he just last year
What
became
happened to his son? Did
his
son do jail
son.
time?
Yeah,
Nick.
did something. Nick, he killed somebody.
He got in
drunk
an
driving,
accident. Yeah,
car accident.
Shame.
But Ric Flair told a story today on TMZ. He said, he was crying, talking about his death. Because I don't know how the fuck Ric Flair's still alive. Love the guy, but
Jesus
Christ, that guy
This
drank.
guy can drink.
And Hogan never drank like that.
He has his own plane.
He
He flies wherever he wants to drink. I'm
But-
going to Nashville.
He said.
We tried to get him on. Remember?
He said at one point.
We did.
Yeah. He said at one point when his son, who passed away, was going in rehab, he didn't have the money. He had no money to put his son through rehab, and Hogan paid for it.
No shit.
Yeah, he goes. So a lot of people say Hogan was the bad guy. Bret Hart hates him and shit like that.
He was very virtuous
But there's a
with
lot.
his money.
Yeah.
He helped a lot of people.
But he did.
And he never spoke about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it just came out today. People are talking about how genuine he was, how good-hearted he was, how many people he helped. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Like, I never knew that.
Yeah.
But I always believed in him, so I was like, that's the hope. And I
But
love
he's
this guy.
good for him. Cheers. Salute. Hopefully he's doing well in heaven.
Love you, Hulk.
And on a lighter note, I told you guys will love this. I told Marvin today, I said, how the fuck did you outlive fucking Hogan? I said, you're 75 and he dies at 71.
What did he say? Sal, fuck you.
Yeah, he goes, I'm going to live till I'm 95. I said, you're going to live longer than all of us. That's the problem.
I'm
but
not leaving you.
but other than that,
So on again, United Pizza Nation, Billy Manzo, Vitangelo Recchia. Please, guys, go on that Facebook page, go on that Instagram page. United Pizza Nation, support them. We support them. You should support them. Great people, and I seen that he reposted your post today. Yeah. So shout out to Billy Manzo. Also, Yep Beverage. Still the PizzaFellas 10. PizzaFellas and the number 10, 10, and you get 10% off delivered right to your house. Cowabunga. What's his name? Sorry, Joe.
yeah, I
Cowabunga
think
Joe. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I had a brain freeze. But still on, so it's yepbeverage.com. Or no, I'm sorry, drinkyep.com. Drinkyep.com. PizzaFellas 10 for that 10% discount. Again, United Pizza Nation. Get with them.
we have to, you know what, Ryan? We have to get a TV over here.
Yeah.
So it has font 27.
Yeah. It has to be like this big.
And he's reading it because, so he doesn't have a brain fart anymore.
I'm going to be at, I'm going to be at a pop-up event in Manhattan tomorrow with Matt Wassam. With Matt Wassam. He's a Chopped and Food Network chef. I don't know. It's like some secret fucking society that I'm going to be in. You're going to give him like a password, do the Humpty Dumpty, and turn yourself around to get into this place. But it's from 6 to 9, so I'll be there. Also, I'm going to be filming with an influencer tomorrow. I'm not going to give away who it is.
The next time he's on the show, he's going to be wearing a black robe.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Saturday, I'm going somewhere else. I'll tell you about that when I come back. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but that's going to be a good thing. And then these two boys here are going on vacay, so for 2 weeks.
Saturday, he's going to Skull and Bones up in freaking Massachusetts.
Nah, Skull and Bones I'm not going to, that's for sure.
What's all the mystery?
No. No, the mystery. I can't let it out.
He likes when the video comes out.
When the
Then
video
he
comes
says
out,
it.
then you'll know I'm there.
It's all
I don't-
mystery.
Well, there's just shit that happens this week too that I'm not happy about, but
And also for all our sponsors and everyone out there, if you want to become a new sponsor, let us know because when we get back from vacay and starting September 1st, it's going to be a rollout of new sponsorships. We have a whole new program coming out. If you would like to come on, DM us. We'll send you our sponsorship program. There's many different choices you can choose from, and then we'll have quarterly, and you can go 6 months, 12 months, and whatever.
You missed it.
But,
It was on your.
Yeah,
we
I'm
will
not doing
do
that.
new sponsorships coming out in September, so after our break, we'll talk more about that. But let's get in today. Dr. Tim Silvestri.
he's back again.
back again.
Love to have you.
Love to have you. How's your summer been? How's everything going?
It's going, man. I'm just excited to see Joe freak out a bunch of times. I've never seen someone freak out from neuroscience as much as him. As you're sitting mystery man, I'm like, my life sucks. I sit and read a couple books a week, 3 books a week. I read a lot of science and I write from like 4 a.m. to 10 a.m., 12, whatever.
Well,
That's my life. There's no mystery to my shit.
Last time we were here, you were training for the Ironman, correct?
No, I do
No, what was it?
OCR racing.
OCR
obstacle
racing.
course racing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how
World
was that?
Championships is coming up in September.
In September.
Oh, so
okay.
you're still training
So you're
for
still
it. Yeah, I'm
training
still
for it.
in it,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought it was recently.
I've been in a cut, which sucks.
Yeah.
And when you're short, man, it's unforgiving. When you're 5'5" like me, you could barely eat anything.
Yeah, because
You know what I mean?
Because
Because like you have to be 500 calories below your normal intake. Well, at 5'5", my normal intake is like nothing anyway. So yeah, it sucks.
So how
But
many
whatever.
calories a day are you allowed?
Right now, I'm probably around 1,200.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's
What the
nothing.
fuck are you eating?
I know.
What are you eating?
You look at food and
drinking
it, you're
that. How
old.
much
You eat lettuce?
Yeah, I
Doc,
know.
how much you weigh?
Right now, about 140.
Holy
I have
fuck.
to get down to probably 136.
My fucking left leg weighs more than you.
I know. I know. The sandbags we carry are 60 pounds. It's like half my weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, what are you going to do?
What are you
Yeah.
eating?
Fucking birdseed.
Yeah, right. No, eggs, smoothie.
You gotta get some real meal in you, bro.
I know.
Go to
Yeah.
Biagio's.
But when I'm training hard and out of a cut, then I can eat like 2,500 calories.
All right.
Because I'm training like a
How'd
crazy
your jet
person.
cook for you?
Yeah.
No, right now, well, in his cut, you got to realize he's not training like he's supposed to be.
Oh,
No,
I know.
my training's all
I
slow.
eat like
and
7,500
lethargic.
calories a day.
I know. I wish. How tall are you?
Right?
6'5".
6'5".
6'5". So I do a whole
You're 6'5"?
I do a
You're
whole
6'6".
thing on the psychology of
6'5".
eating.
Are you sure? Well,
Right?
I'm gonna
And
measure you.
people don't get that
Get
right.
Get the tape.
There's a whole psychology of it because as soon as you eat, all right, we're already into neuroscience. So
Yeah.
there's things that are hydrophilic, which means they hold water. So salt and carbs hold water. So all you have to do is eat some pasta, and you're going to be like 4 pounds heavier the next day. It's just water weight. And then people say like, "Oh, I cut, 10 pounds in 1 week." No, you didn't. You didn't cut tissue. You cut water.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to know how to do it right. But what happens with the psychology of eating is you get frustrated and you give up.
Wait.
Because your
Wait.
weight's just going up and down, right? Because
Stand up.
it's water, not tissue.
Pause real quick.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
Oh, who are you?
Jesus
We
Christ.
need to know how tall Joe is.
Stand straight. Knock your head up. Stand straight.
I'm straight.
77 inches.
Yeah, that's
6'5".
6'5". You know how I knew he was 6'5"? Because when he
You're
held
really 6'5".
he held the beer in a hand, I thought it was an 8-ounce beer. And I'm holding this
Watch
thing.
when he
which
holds
made-
the 8-ounce beers.
Right.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, anyway, there's a whole psychology of nutrition that F's people up that we don't talk about. So, if you're going to do it right, you have to really understand.
Let's talk about it because you said there's a whole side to nutrition that screws people up.
Yeah, meaning-
What should they know, Doc?
Well, if you're small like me, 5'5", that's a whole different ball game you're playing than when you're 6'5". You know what I mean? So it's unreasonable for me to lose 2 pounds a week, let's say. That they call that an aggressive cut. That would be almost impossible for me. You'd have to be under 1,000 calories a day, and I'd have to not eat.
Yeah,
you know what I
you're
mean.
doing a lot of fasting.
So yeah, so when we don't take height into account, when we don't take water weight into account, you just drive yourself crazy and you give up. Meanwhile, you know, a lot of we're as a nation we're overweight generally, and that has its consequences.
They also say sugar is a killer too.
Sugar, anything carb is hydrophilic, so it just it
It's
holds
just
on to
generating.
water. And then,
you know, they
but-
always talk about with that too, eating. There's a lot of foods that higher at ages, once you hit like 40 or 30, even my age and older, cortisol is a big issue, correct?
cortisol gets a bad rap, so they call it the stress hormone, but it's not.
Yes.
It's really a GSD hormone, what I call GSD. So it's
What's
a
GSD?
get shit done. It helps you get shit done. Now, running from a jaguar is getting stuff done, right? So, yeah, right?
Yeah.
But, so it's really a GSD hormone.
And I'm fighting squirrels out
Yeah.
in my garbage cans, and we're running from a jaguar. Okay.
So, but the problem is when stress is only harmful when it's oppressive, it's repeated, and you don't have social support. Because then cortisol staying too high all day, it interrupts sleep. And that's when cortisol's bad, because now it's interrupting sleep. But cortisol just naturally rises and falls. So it's not a big deal. You don't, it's way overblown. Cortisol's a good thing.
Okay, yeah, because I see a lot of people talking about
I
that.
know.
online.
It's
like cortisol. That you got to watch your
I know.
cortisol. Got to watch that. Your
Yeah,
levels.
one of the things we could talk about today
How
or
would
another
we
point.
know if we have cortisol?
You
in your
always have
blood work.
cortisol.
You always-
Cortisol is at its highest point every day at 4 a.m. and drops to 0 by 10 p.m. That's every day. But when
In
you
everybody.
have everybody, every 8 billion person on the planet, that's how it looks. 4 o'clock a.m., it's rising, falls to 0 at 10 p.m. Melatonin's high at 10 p.m., falls to 0 by 4 a.m., and just that cycle every day. That's their circadian rhythm. The problem with cortisol is when you have these repeated stressors. You have a breakup, and it's just haunting you day after day, and you're seeing your ex-girlfriend, and she's out sleeping with somebody else, and you're just having these, like, awful images, and, you know, you're destroyed for weeks, right? That's disrupting your sleep because cortisol's bouncing up and down and then staying high at night, and now you're not getting into slow wave sleep, which is your restful sleep. And when you don't sleep right, then you don't eat right. You don't crave protein. You don't crave nutrient-dense food.
Yes.
Right? And now you don't have energy because you're not eating right, so you don't want to walk. You don't want to exercise. When you're not exercising, you're not tired, so you don't sleep as well, and you're in this spiral, and then the shit hits the fan.
Gotcha.
And then you come see me.
Yeah.
Because you're a mess. But there's easy explanations for this stuff.
Yeah, they make it seem a lot more complicated.
I know.
than it
It's
is.
so frustrating.
Like you need to take these pills to help with that and
It's
this.
so frustrating.
It is because I see a lot of it, and you know, guys, you know, there's a big creatine kick right now again.
Well, creatine's
You know, back in
good.
the-
I
yeah, it is.
agree with the kick. It should have never left. It should always
That's
be
what
a
I'm
kick.
saying. When I was
But-
younger, I remember in high school, he had me on it a lot.
Because muscle is protective, right? Muscle is protective of everything, of joints. Muscles keeps your bones stronger.
Yes.
Muscles release chemicals that are highly neuroprotective. So just being in motion is hugely critical for everything we do.
Yeah, I'm
Wait,
taking a bunch.
Who was the linebacker for the Denver Broncos? Remember he had his pill case, and he actually creatine started with the Denver Broncos.
Really?
Yeah?
What years?
It was
You know
when
what?
they won
Why-
the Super Bowls.
Why do I
Oh, in
remember?
Elway?
No, the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, with Elway, I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah,
when
so
they won the
98.
Super Bowls, that was that linebacker. He came from the Raiders. Somebody in the room.
Oh.
The middle,
yeah.
he got like he was the last badass linebacker
Yeah.
that ripped people. Oh man.
Yeah, I hear
And he had the big,
I remember
he had the
too.
big pill box and creatine. The guy from creatine with Denver, he like skyrocketed his company. What the hell's his name?
I'm looking it up because it's going to bother me
he was
now.
so fucking badass. No. And he actually
Bill Romanowski.
Bill Romanowski. what a
Romanowski.
That's not who I
he
was
was. This guy he went on an interview, showed his pills every day.
Yeah, you're right.
The pill box
'Cause
was
they-
so big, and he took creatine.
They interviewed him in the locker room.
Yes,
I remember
and
that.
and the guy who started creatine was with Denver, and then other teams, and then creatine got freaking phased out. You know, because they was like, this is no good. And Romanowski, they won the Super Bowls, and then they came after him.
Yeah.
When it comes to our teeth, the official dentistry for the PizzaFellas podcast is Smiles by Tran, located at 3570 Hamilton Boulevard, Suite 302, Allentown, Pennsylvania. With expert care and state-of-the-art dental technology, Dr. Tran provides everything from routine checkups to advanced cosmetic treatments. Let your best smile shine with the personalized care you deserve by Smiles by Tran. Experience the vibrant flavors of Vietnam at Phenomenal, located at 319 South Cedar Crest Boulevard, Allentown, Pennsylvania. From rich, steaming bowls of pho to fresh, flavorful banh mi, every dish is crafted with authentic ingredients and passion. Whether you're dining in or taking out, Phenomenal promises a delicious and unforgettable experience. Stop by today and taste why it's more than just a name. It's truly phenomenal.
I mean, I guess.
But now, I mean,
nicotine
it's
didn't pay the
now it's a
NFL.
big thing. I mean,
Well,
I take it every day.
Yeah.
I take about 2 scoops a day.
You know, a lot of the recommendations are people over 40 really must take it almost.
Crystallization. It's like crystals.
Yeah. I have like a powder, a creatine monohydrate, they call it.
Yeah.
And I take that.
Back then, it
All
was
the
like,
high school kids. Blake takes it every day.
Yeah, I mean, the
Protein
high
drink.
school kids should be taking
little
it.
scoop in his.
Yeah, you little scoop.
Yeah,
It's not
but
much.
2 or 3.
But it's
More
now,
is better.
to go on
That's
this.
what
I don't know that.
To continue with this stuff. A lot of people are saying also with the whole. What's your opinion on nicotine? I wanted to ask you.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw Huberman talking about nicotine as neuroprotective.
Tucker
He's
Carlson's
pretty
a
tight.
big believer on nicotine.
Yeah, so it's just a matter of how you're going to get it.
And
I
then
get it through a cigar.
Yeah, well, but
that's not healthy with the smoking.
Yeah, the
There's
smoking.
we're talking about like the Zyn pouches
Zyn pouch.
Oh,
and stuff.
okay.
So that's like Tucker Carlson's big on that.
I have it on my list. I gotta go
gotta
and
go
research it. I just know
research it.
Huberman was hyping it.
Yeah, a lot of people were.
So, but I haven't done my own research.
Okay.
I gotta ask you something, Doc. So
Yo,
I did a lot of recreational drugs when I was younger.
yeah, no one could tell.
No, I did like a lot of fucking ketamine.
Yeah.
But now I'm hearing about ketamine, like ketamine fucking,
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So all of
What
these
do you
drugs,
think of this?
Yeah, so these drugs actually have a lot of promise to help us treat things, PTSD, different
Yeah.
things, right? So
Ketamine?
ketamine,
Yeah, I don't have it. I wanna do it.
THC, different things. Here's the problem with it in its current state. Can I tell you a story? So
Yeah.
Please, I'll tell you one too.
yeah.
Somebody pass a Miller Lite for me and Oliver.
So this is a story. There's
Mike, could you give me a Surfside, please? Thanks.
So the story is this, that it's St. Patrick's Day, and a bunch of guys are hanging
This
out.
year?
This is past year. This is my buddy, and he told me this story the day after it happened. So, and he's trustworthy. I trust everything. So he's hanging out, and this guy's like, da-da-da-da. Someone comes to the door, drops off cocaine, and my buddy asks him, he's like, how do you know that's safe? Right? Like, and the guy looks at him, and the guy's high up in the mafia, and the guy looks at him, and he says, because that guy knows that if he gives me bad coke, his whole family's going to be dead tomorrow. Right? And he said, you should never buy off the street unless if you're someone like me.
Thank
Right?
you. Thank you, Mike.
So the problem with drugs and ketamine and all that stuff is if you're not that guy, you shouldn't be buying stuff like that because you're not a made man and there's no fear of death in the person selling you that. Right? So until we get it made by Johnson & Johnson and whatever, I wouldn't touch it. But that stuff has a lot of promise and does good stuff if you could get it made cleanly.
It did
not
wonders
in
for
Bob's
me when I was
basement,
fucking 18.
right?
Wonders.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I was a
but you
fucking
could have
lala.
died, right? Like
yeah.
The downside risk of street drugs is huge, unless apparently you're in the you're a made man.
Yeah, we cooked it ourselves.
Yeah. Well,
that-
then you know
Well,
where
that
it's
takes
coming
it back
from.
to what we talked about last episode with you about the risk.
Risk.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, and one of my favorite topics, and we don't have to get into it today, but and I talked to Joe a little bit about it, which is thinking productively. And
Yeah,
one of
go
the
ahead.
things I do a lot of work on is to try
Let's
to
talk about it.
encourage
Let's- yeah.
people to think productively. And I see scientists a lot not thinking productively,
Wow.
let alone non-scientists, right? And so we're
When When you say non-productively, what do you what
Right.
do you,
So
Like a Fauci, you're saying?
I thought the same thing.
Right? Fucking cocksucker.
I thought the same
What a
thing.
fucking disgrace to Italians, that piece of shit.
I have no evidence that he has sucked cock in his lifetime. Right. So these are the things.
He's in hiding. You know that.
I don't know that.
No, yeah, he
I
is.
believe you. I just don't know that.
Let him move
You know there's
on.
$1 million bond on his head from the
I'm
fucking
not
Gambinos?
challenging you. I don't know that myself. So we're all up against this, right? It's like, how do you know? How do you know what you know, right? And we're built to be a tribal species. So this idea that it's survival of the fittest, that's for deer. That's not for us. We got out of the food chain. We're not in survival of the fittest. What drives us biomechanically is being a member of a tribe. For us, that is everything in our brain is built to help us achieve that goal. Because
So
if we're in a
is
group,
a tribe right here, right now?
right, there's a tribe,
course.
right? If you're in a group of 30, you're safe, relatively speaking. If you get kicked out of that group, the chance of you surviving is nil. You're screwed 200,000 years ago. So
I wish we lived back then. I can kick somebody out right now.
you could go around killing people, but you could also be killed.
Why do you have a smirk on your face?
The murder rate was a
Kicking
lot
Bruno?
higher 200,000 years ago than it is today, right? But so we are built to be tribal, and we wear these tribal identities, and those tribal identities form the things that we believe, right? Because we hang out with people in our tribe, and we need these what scientists call tribal markers. So a MAGA hat is a tribal marker.
Yes.
Right, and it lets people know you're one of them and they're one of you, and we wear these tribal markers. Parkland Trojans basketball, that's a tribal marker. You have a USA hat, a PizzaFellas podcast. These are all tribal
I have a Joe
markers.
Rufino hat.
Yeah, right. You
I'm
don't
tribal,
even, you
I'm
don't
Joe
even
Ruf-
need one because you're just the alpha, right? So the tribe follows you, but we have these tribal markers, and what happens is we're so oriented towards that, we really have a hard time thinking beyond it. So when we say we know stuff,
I love
how
this
do
guy.
how do we really know? We have no way to catch whether what we're saying is true or not.
Because
so
everyone's agreeing with
because
you.
everyone's agreeing with you. So let me tell you a story. So I don't think I told this story last time, but Luis Alvarez, did I tell that
No.
story? So
No.
Luis Alvarez is the guy who demonstrated that a comet crashed into the Yucatan Peninsula and eviscerated the dinosaurs.
Okay.
That's what he did. And for 10 years, geologists and scientists laughed at him. Literally, he would stand up at a meeting, a scientific meeting, present his research, which was tight. It was awesome. It proved it, and they laughed at him because they had their tribal thinking that an extinction event couldn't happen, or they knew extinction events happened over millions of years, that an extinction event couldn't happen in 48 hours. It couldn't eviscerate 90% of the biosphere in 48 hours. So they laughed at him for 10 years, and he was right. And they had to adjust eventually. As John Adams said, facts are stubborn things.
Correct.
So these are scientists not listening to facts. They're usually pretty good at listening to facts. So if scientists whose whole life depends on listening to facts aren't very good at it,
What is an average person?
What makes us think that we actually know stuff, right? It's amazing to think that. So when I go
Not to interrupt.
yeah, go
but-
ahead.
So the DOJ
Yeah,
under Merrick Garland and under the presidency before President Trump, for 10 years, no different than this gentleman you're speaking about. What they said was Russia was true. Hunter Biden's laptop is true. Hillary Clinton's bleaching of her computers wasn't true. So when you look at this, it's all true. 10 years it took for somebody to come out, Tulsi Gabbard, and say, look at these true things She's not saying anything else. She's referring to
Right.
the Attorney General. So we can jump off this.
Yeah.
But you bring me to this and say, it's 10 years
So here's
that the
the
country
thing.
has suffered.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the dinosaurs.
No, but here's
And
the
the guy
thing.
that killed all the dinosaurs,
Yeah.
I mean,
One thing that helps that we can retrain ourselves to do is instead of saying yes or no, all or nothing, true, not true, it's more effective to say how much. And that's the question we don't ask a lot. How much? How true is it?
So instead of having a definitive answer.
Right. You're not going to have a definitive answer. That's true. Well, it might be significantly true. It might be somewhat true. How true? Right? And if we don't ask that, then we're shutting down the curiosity too quickly.
And the productivity gets shut down.
And then you stop looking for other answers. And
Exactly.
So it's a matter of how much. You know, I could...
Well, no, it's like...
If I say,
yeah.
like, there's beer in here, how much, right? And if I hold it over and it looks like nothing comes out, I'm not lying.
Not much.
There's still molecules of beer in here. So if there's a molecule of beer in there, then technically there's beer in here.
Right.
But I think all of us would agree that's not very much.
Yes.
So how much is better than true, not true? And what's frustrating to me, Republicans, Democrats, scientists, non-scientists, all of you frustrate the hell out of me, honestly, because you make these definitive statements.
Yes.
Scientists too. And I don't hear how much. I just don't. And it's like, that's a more important question for me than true, not true. Right?
Because
Right.
it blocks everything else.
It does.
It blocks literally everything.
It does. And do you
Anything
know
could
how
talk
much
about.
knowledge you need to have and how much facts you need to have to really determine what's actually happening? It takes a massive amount. Like I was saying to folks over there, like, I am so out of the loop sometimes with current events because I'm
Yeah, I
spending,
heard you say that.
I'm
I heard
spending
you
my
say that.
day reading and studying and writing to try to get to the core components, and the brain is very complex, and these things are hard to understand. And even then, I'm not satisfied, right? And I hear people make these claims, and it's like, well, based on what? What are you talking about? I hear people talking about depression and chemical
Well,
imbalance.
you know what they're
and all that
basing
stuff.
it on was what you said earlier. Their tribe.
Their tribe. It's tribal
That's all
thinking.
they're basing.
That's
It's
all
tribal
it is.
thing. That's where it comes all into tie.
It is, man.
Because
And-
like,
yeah.
I'm not talking about just politics is easy because it's easy to talk about nowadays. But the Dems talking about it not true is because their tribe is saying that.
Yeah.
Those are saying that it is true because the tribe that they follow is saying that. So instead of then looking and doing both and then open-mindedly saying, well, how much of everything is true? Well, guess what? Nobody fucking knows because, like how would you really know if you were actually there? Because some guy actually said it. Yes, there might be evidence, but until that evidence is brought to justice, it's you
Right.
got to be able to go left and right, up and down, backwards and forwards. You know,
To demonstrate something is a much higher bar.
and
much higher bar.
to bring that product.
So actions speak louder than words.
A lot of times, right? And so what we're talking
Demonstrate
about
is actions.
What we're talking about is perception versus perspective, right? So, or judgment versus assessment. So, judgment is a conclusion drawn from a minimal amount of data. That's
Correct.
judgment.
Correct.
That's this is a continuum, though. It's not. It's
Correct.
how much, right?
Yeah.
So, and then over here we have assessment, a conclusion drawn on a massive amount of data.
Okay.
Very rarely in current events and political stuff are you going to really be an assessment because you just don't have enough data to really draw a firm conclusion. It takes a lot of freaking data to draw those conclusions.
Yeah.
And man, when I sit and listen to my Democratic friends, I'm like, what? Based on, and they're like, oh, this, and I listen to my Republican friends, and they're like, oh, they're so convicted. There's such a strong conviction.
Yes.
And I'm like, and here's the thing. The more someone vociferously argues something, the more I know immediately they don't know, and this is a tribal thing. If I said, what's that glub in your chest? And you told me it's a heart, a 4-chamber organ, part of your cardiovascular system. And I said, I don't agree with that. And you're like, well, it's a heart. I don't agree with that. I think it's this. You're not going to vociferously argue me. You're just going to let me go because it's true.
Yeah.
Listen to a KKK guy argue why whites are a superior race. And try to challenge that.
I don't believe in that.
I know. None of us do. It's bullshit. It's
I don't believe in that.
crazy.
Well, it's like
it's bullshit.
on
right?
a simpler term, like the flat Earth people.
Flat Earth people. But if you,
nuts.
if
They're
you,
nuts.
they will argue you,
Till
till they lose their last breath.
Yeah.
Right? That's how you know it's like there's that tribal
How do you
thinking.
know though? Like,
Right.
at the end of the day, maybe it is fucking flat. Maybe it's round.
No,
Maybe
we know.
I know, we know. But
It's round.
The flat Earth people will argue the shit out of you.
They could argue all they want, but you have to demonstrate that, right? You have to you have to have enough evidence to say here it is.
You know what I see a lot of this into is sports. You know what I mean by that? Sports. Like, I'm a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
I get this all the time. Cowboys suck. Definitively. Jerry Jones is this. Yeah, we know. Okay, history can tell, yes. But your tribe is the Eagles.
Right.
Eagles fans are the fucking worst. I say it all the time. You go there. My wife's an Eagles fan.
Yeah.
You know, and she on
I'd
Sundays.
say Eagles fans know they're the worst.
Yes, they do. You're
They
right.
climb flagpoles.
But again, it's very tribal, and they'll tell you, you know, you're going to suck this year, or we are the best team, and stuff like that happens. But it limits productivity, big time.
But no, it's so neuroprotective. That's the thing.
Okay.
Is we gain, so it's called psychoneuroimmunology. And we have an easier time fighting off stress, easier time fighting off the common cold, easier time recovering from illness when we're a member of a group. So everything in our wiring is made to make us tribal. That's fine, but let's just know that that's
This is
it.
Yeah.
And start not believing your convictions as much because it's based on what?
So where's the equal boundary? So when I say this, I mean, if you talk about tribal, so if I'm on this tribe and I'm sitting there listening to what they have to say, and I give a moment, I watch TV or I watch legacy media, whatever it is, but I give their time for tribal. And I hear what they say, and I'm like, what are they saying? Because you're not in touch. Like you said, you read 3 books a day. Or 3 books a week.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah. So with that being said, if I listen to what they have to say, and then I go over here and I listen to what we have to say in my tribe, how is that tribal? If you're given equal understanding and you're like, wow, I don't understand it.
If they both agree, you mean, Joe?
Well,
it's like
are you though? It's unlikely
We're
in
talking
today's
about
world.
a topic. This Miller High Life can.
Right.
They have their decision on this can.
And we have
We
ours.
have ours. And you look at it and say, well, all right, I understand you don't like the way Miller wrote this, the red, but
Yeah, but
you
these
like
are
the can.
opinions. Like hold
It's
your
conversation.
opinion. Hold your
That's
opinion.
the tribe's talking.
conversation. Yeah.
Right? But
You're-
that
you're-
tribe's saying its opinion. I'm giving them
Right.
entertainment. And I'm coming back to my tribe and I'm saying, well, they said this and maybe we should consider it. Maybe we should talk about it. I mean, I don't consider that tribal. I consider that understanding in a way where I'm going to hear their piece.
Well, it's tribal because I could invoke your tribal membership pretty easily, right? I could say
What do you
something.
mean by invoke? What do you mean by invoke?
I could say something. If I'm around my Democratic friends, I could say something about Trump, and I know the response I'm going to get. I'm going to easily invoke their tribal membership.
Yeah.
And when I'm around Republicans, I could say something very quickly, and it's going to invoke their tribal membership. It's so easy to invoke when you're not being part of the tribes, right? So that's one way to know is how easy it is to invoke.
Yeah, I don't
but
do
the other
that.
thing is,
I don't invoke. I don't invoke. I just
No, I
if
know,
hear what
but
they
I'm
have to
saying I
say,
could. That's
it's
how I
like-
know.
I say to them, all right,
But as men, right, and I do a lot of men's work. As men, it's like we have a desire to think productively. We have a desire to not just talk out our ass, right? But we don't. We're not cautious enough to actually know when we're talking out of our ass. So, first of all, repetition makes familiarity, and familiarity makes belief. Right? So the more times you hear it, the more times you're exposed to it, and the more people saying it makes a belief. Meanwhile, there's no firm evidence anywhere along that chain.
So what decision is right in this pattern?
Well, so there's a couple things we could do. That doesn't solve this because we don't know.
Well, you're not
right?
gonna solve it.
People are hell bent on pulling the wool. I was in a relationship one time with literally a sociopath. Her agenda was to pull the wool over my eyes. It took me a while to catch on, right? So their agenda
not to
is
interview a sociopath.
Right.
Explain it. Give us a definition of that.
A sociopath literally is someone without emotion who lies and intentionally lies and is for their own gain, right? You matter nothing to them. When I killed an ant today, it didn't.
Keep talking.
It would be different than if I killed a dog. I would feel that. I'd feel horrible about it, right? Killing an ant did nothing.
Yeah, you don't want to do it.
If you want to know what it's like to be a sociopath, kill an ant. That's what it feels like to be a sociopath. It doesn't matter to them. Right. They just need their gains met. But there's a couple things we could do as people, as men, which is, I think, first of all, let's get back to the old world at times where integrity and trust. Is this person a person of integrity and trust? That should be our first thing we anchor to, right? I am going to associate with people who are of high integrity and trust.
Well, you got him, Joe Ruffino.
Right,
Big
I know.
Sexy, right the fuck here.
And
I'm going
to keep people who have low integrity and trust further away.
You shake my hand,
right.
It's a deal.
I know,
I don't need the contract.
And to folks, that's true. I agree with you. And it's why I'm here, but so integrity and trust, we have to put that back in our narrative. And what I'll say to, and this is going to piss you all off too, but I'll start with the Democrats. When I say to Democrats, your candidate had no integrity and trust, and the people around him had no integrity and trust, and that should piss you off because he was obviously ill. Biden was ill. Unfortunately ill. He was obviously ill, obviously compromised, and they tried to hide that. Right?
Yeah,
that is a low integrity, low trust thing. And Trump has his own issues with integrity and trust. So instead of trying to vet out whose tribal membership is right, how right, and all that shit, how about we start with integrity and trust? Because that matters more. Second, we could ask how much.
Yes.
Rather than just true, not true. How much, right? Agree. And if we start with those kind of things, I think then we can start having conversations again. And people who I enjoy being around can actually come in the same room together. Yeah. Which right now, we can't.
Yeah.
They can't. We can't. We can't be in the same room. And I'm like, listen, this is what I stand for, and I can't stand any of you right now. Because you're all piss me off.
Yeah, it happens to me a lot,
like,
actually.
Yeah,
because I'm in a lot of different groups, and it's
me too.
I mean, all my
I can't stand any
my
of
groups are all hard on one side, and my other groups are all on the other side. And then I have friends that say stupid shit online, but then or this, and they'll text me, and I'm like, listen, I don't want to discuss that. Let's just have a conversation. I'm not here to discuss it.
And quite frankly, I don't see a ton of integrity and trust in our government leadership on either side right now.
No.
So I'm just I don't fucking care about your candidate or your candidate.
Yeah.
Because right now, they both suck.
Yeah.
Well, I don't see much integrity and trust from either side.
A lot going on, and you're waiting, and you're waiting, and you're waiting.
Yeah.
And we've always waited. And that's a hard thing to swallow.
Yeah, no, to get back to like normalcy, like what we're talking about, when an average person, they come to you. How do you? What are they coming to you when they say, like I have issues with productivity, right? Say someone comes to you, sits down, doc. What are they usually telling you? What's their daily life, their work schedule? What's the main issues on the average person on a daily schedule that it comes to you with?
Yeah,
that?
I mean, you all could guess that, right? Relationships, anxiety,
Relationships,
productivity,
okay.
depression, sadness,
Something
all
with their
that
wife,
right?
their
The
children.
problem is this is a total left turn,
Yeah.
right? Let's change the subject.
Yeah.
This is the coolest thing that I think is we should really dive into. And you're going to think you understand what I'm saying at first, and you do to some extent. Again, how much? I know people get it when their hair stands up on their neck and they go, I get it, I get it, I get it. And it's usually a couple months after. So here's the thing. Process is the outcome. It's actually the working title of my book right now. Hopefully that'll come out spring. We'll see. But process is the outcome. So when you think about the highs and lows, that's what people come to me for. The highs, the lows, right? Thriving is the thing that is the constant. Think about the last time you were anxious, depressed, whatever. Did you forget that the earth revolves around the sun? No, you still had your knowledge.
Right.
Did you forget how to ride a bike? No, you still had capacity to ride a bike. So knowledge and capacity, they're the constant. And whether you're depressed or happy, anxious or calm,
Right.
being productive or unproductive, you still have knowledge and capacity. They're constant. And what's totally been missed by psychology, which, again, we're back to, how are you all missing this? Well, how do you know? Right? If you can build your knowledge and you can build your capacity, then you're thriving. And that goes alongside. I could be in a shit show. I could be shit in the bed right now, and I still am thriving simultaneously. And people are like, you can't thrive and shit the bed at the same time.
Right.
Yeah, you can, because it's knowledge and capacity. And so, that's my work, is I define the 5 areas, define the areas that lead to what we could call thriving, what makes up each of those areas, and I help people build capacity. So when they come to me and say they're depressed or I'm not being productive or I'm anxious, whatever, it's like I try to shift the conversation over to let's heal, let's cope, let's align with your life, your goals, and let's build this thriving so that it goes alongside this. That's what you should experience.
Now, how is that built?
We build the capacity. So to do that, first you have to...
So you can't thrive unless you have the capacity.
Right. You have to know what that means. Right? If you're dating someone, are they the right person or not? How do you know? You haven't defined what a suitable mate is.
Yeah.
They're hot. Really? That's what you're going to lead with? Like, that's great for 5 minutes, man, but that ain't going to make it long term.
Craving pizza that's made with passion and packed with flavor? Biagio's Pizzeria, located at 1526 North Cedar Crest Boulevard in Allentown, Pennsylvania, serves up the best in authentic Italian-style pizza and classic dishes. From perfectly crisp crust to fresh, flavorful toppings, every bite is made with love. Whether you're dining in, grabbing takeout, or ordering for the family, Biagio's is the place to satisfy your cravings. Stop by today and experience pizza the way it's meant to be. Tell them that the PizzaFellas podcast said so. Anna Capri Foods, serving fine Italian restaurants and pizzerias since 1975. Serving Italian restaurants through the New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania region. Dedicated to quality for over 40 years. Located at 55 Winans Ave, Cranford, New Jersey, 07016. Phone number 908-272-4700. For all your Italian, restaurant, and pizzeria food supplies since 1975.
Right? So intimacy is integrity and trust.
Wait, not
Yeah,
to
go ahead.
So intimacy.
Yeah, intimacy.
How many guys come to you about intimacy and they have a situation with that?
I think all of them.
Are you serious?
I'd say all of us guys. And part is our current system right now, our dating and all that. Women aren't defining it either, but I work a lot with guys. But And what I show them is you're not defining it. You're just like chasing squirrels in a park. Is probably a pun there or whatever, but,
but I mean,
that worked in. So we're
Well,
talking
that's
about
also defined very differently. Intimacy. It's not just one thing.
you should be able to make.
No, meaning like, for example,
you need
I
to
might
define
not,
that.
I might be having great intercourse or sex with
No, I don't
you know
mean
what I mean?
physical
That's what I'm
intimacy.
saying.
Yes.
So
Well, when I
intimacy
say
is
emotional
different.
intimacy.
I'm talking about guys coming to you that they have a physical problem.
No.
That's what
I'm not saying sexual.
Yeah,
intimacy.
that's what I'm saying. It's
Good call.
completely different.
I'm saying like emotional intimacy, right?
For example, you
You're-
can't understand sometimes when your wife or your girlfriend is having a bad, like
Right.
you can't just console her. That could be an intimacy issue.
So right. So I would say emotional intimacy is integrity and trust, alignment. Like, do you want to have kids and she doesn't?
Okay.
Okay, that's non-alignment, right? That
Yes.
that relationship's not going to work.
Don't marry her.
Don't marry her.
Don't marry
right?
her.
So integrity and trust, alignment, mutual adoration. Both of you should absolutely fucking adore each other.
Yeah.
If that person doesn't adore you, you shouldn't be with them. They should adore you, right? Connection. It's effortless conversation. You feel connection. And peace. If they can't bring you peace, I don't care how hot they are. I don't care how good they are in bed. Goodbye. You don't bring me peace. So, and you could have a different list, but it should be scientifically derived, right? Mine's scientifically derived. It ultimately comes from applied neurophysiology, right? I did a lot of research on that. And you have to come up with the factors of highest influence. There's other factors. People say, what about conflict resolution? I'll be like, if you have these 5 factors, how much conflict are you resolving?
Yeah, there's no conflict.
There's not a lot of conflict.
Shouldn't be yeah.
And so conflict resolution only becomes a factor of highest influence if you don't have these 5 factors.
That's a branch off
Therefore,
that.
I put it 6th. It's important, but it's not top 5. You have to make tough choices when you're doing this stuff,
Oh, yeah.
right? And that's what we're talking about, productive thinking. Is you do a deep dive into the research, you do a deep dive to try to figure out what is actually the thing that you're talking about, what goes into it, and you make tough calls to say, these are the factors of highest influence. There's a lot that goes into productive thinking.
I can tell you, doctor,
Right.
that
Yeah.
woman over there, Gigi,
Yeah,
she raised me.
yeah.
She raised me.
She's those things.
You
But
know-
why am I on I would say no to this podcast and donating my time, right? I would say no to that if you didn't hit those 5 things.
Yeah.
But when I'm here, I feel respected. I know
Oh,
you
we
have
love it.
integrity and trust, right? There's connection.
Yeah.
It's fun as hell, but I feel peaceful when I'm here, right? There are those things, and that's who I donate time to. I say no a lot to things because I'm just like, no, you're low integrity. Goodbye.
Now-
If I've said no to you and you're watching this, maybe you should look in the mirror a little bit and think, why is he saying no? Why is he dissing?
Now, this intimacy, does this also come in with friendships?
Friendships too. Why am
Does-
I best friends with Kung? Right?
Yeah.
Dr. Tran.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And
I
these
keep my
same-
friendships because integrity and trust are hard to find.
And
Yeah.
those 5
Yeah.
things you talked about are resulted in within the friendship. You
Within
can
friendship, yeah.
So scientifically through wow. You know,
And
That's-
even
that's-
even more
that's
casual
impressive, huh?
people
It is.
who I'm
Yeah.
not like best friends with you all.
Yeah.
But I would donate my time to you anytime you ask. If Kung needs me to fill in for like the bowling league or something.
Yeah, yeah.
I hate bowling. But if he asks me to do something, I'm there every time. You ask me to do something, I'll be here every time.
in the lane, in the
Right.
lane.
Yeah.
No strike.
Horrible. Echo.
yeah, me too.
I love this guy, man.
I am
I love this doc.
horrible.
I love you,
Now,
doc.
would you say productivity is one of the number one issues that you deal with?
Yeah, so productivity is actually temperament, and you're probably more chill temperament. But productivity, first and foremost, fix what do you call it? The prioritization. If you don't prioritize, you're not going to be productive.
Wow.
You're just not. So that's like the factor of highest influence is prioritization. So what I do is anxious temperament folks take sticky notes, put all the things you have to do, put them on a sticky note, and put them all over your wall, and you'll have 20 things on the wall.
See, I do the sticky notes in my head. That's
No,
my
no, no.
issue.
That's an issue for you.
That's an issue for me.
So wait. You're not anxious temperament. What I just said would be your end point. That would doom you.
Yeah, like I.
Yeah, you'd
like
be
I know
screwed.
what you said.
Anxious people, they see all 20 sticky notes and they're so happy pulling one off, and then they pull
No.
another. That would be my demise.
I can't do that.
So what I would say
I
for
do
you
it
is
all in my head.
put 20 sticky notes with everything you need to do. Now put them in a factor of most priority, least priority. Least priority, put on the bottom. Next, next, next. Now you have a stack of sticky notes, and you can only see one at a time. And you'll get shit done.
I mean, I get shit done. But
No.
it's like,
You need to
I
put it
think
on
I
a
need
sticky
to do
note,
that.
one at a time. If it's all in your head, you're doing 10 things at once.
Yeah,
and you're not going to
you're
work.
right.
It's not going to work.
'Cause, like, yesterday
you
I
need
had-
to just see one.
I had to do
fucking
the
thing.
stuff, for example, for the travel that we're traveling. I had to do. I had to fucking put a whole playbook together, and I'm thinking. So I came home last night. I said, all right, let me prioritize my playbook. I sat down at 9 till fucking 11 o'clock, and I did 20 plays, and I did a whole playbook on the computer. Got it all fucking PDF ready to go because camps. When I come back from camp, I'm back to camp football. But I don't do that, which sometimes I get overwhelmed in my head.
Yeah, you
I'm like,
and me
shit,
were
now I
doing
got
Yep.
to do. Oh wait, this came back up, and like in the middle of the play. Oh no, I'll do that tomorrow.
And if you put on like sticky notes or however you want to do it, but then you have them there. You're not going to forget them. You don't have to spend mental energy on remembering them. And it's just one at a time. One at a time. You only see one at a time.
I never thought about
the
that.
other thing is successful people focus on doing the thing that allows them to do the thing. They don't focus on doing the thing.
So wait,
That sounds. I know. I'll say it again.
Say that again.
I had to say it once in order for you to hear
Yes,
it,
yeah.
so I could say it a second time. Successful people focus on doing the things that allow them to do the thing. So when I get up, it's early. The sun's not going to be up for like 4 hours, right? I'm like, I need to get up out of this fucking bed. That's all I need to do. Get out of this bed. I need to go pee. I pee. I need to start the coffee. That's all I'm doing. Just start the coffee. I'm doing the things that allow me to do the thing. If you focus on doing the thing, you're screwed.
No,
Not what
screwed.
you are, you what you do.
You're what you do. And there's 10 things that have to happen so you can do the thing.
So as simple as me waking up at 5 a.m. saying, I got to go pee, I got to get my shake going, I got to get this to allow me to go to yoga.
Right.
I'm doing
Yeah.
that thing.
You're not going to yoga till you get out of bed.
And
So just
until
get
I
out
take
of
that
bed.
piss. Yeah.
It's very robotic.
Oh,
The
it
more
is.
robotic you can make it,
Yes,
the better you are.
it is.
And some days I'm good at that. Some days I suck at that.
Yeah.
Like, nothing's perfect.
So it's not habitual. it's-
If you do something 4+ days in a row,
Yeah.
it's habitual.
Oh, it is.
Is
The
that
problem
bad?
with that
Is that bad or
it's
good?
good and bad. The problem
Really?
is if you don't get up at 5 a.m. 4 days in a row, you ain't getting up out of bed the 5th day. Zero chance.
No,
The good thing is if you get up out of bed 5 days in a row at 5 a.m., the 6th day you're getting out of bed, guaranteed.
See, I haven't.
It comes and goes that quickly.
Yes, because if I get out of bed, like say Tuesday through Friday, 5 a.m. to do it, if I miss a Saturday I take off, that Sunday to do it, or that month, it's like a fucking struggle. It's,
So here's one thing. This is a cool
You know what I'm
technique.
saying? It's a
This is a
struggle.
cool technique. Do never in important things, never let your brain know it's an option. So I run every day. Not because I need to. I should take some days off. But the problem is I don't want my brain knowing that running is an option. And if I take one day off, my brain's going to go, are you fucking kidding me? We could say no to that shit? Now it's going to be like, I don't want to do that. And guess what? It's your brain. So, like, that's the thing governing everything.
And now you gotta
it's not
quit.
like you can just
Yeah,
override your brain. It's the thing making you do it. So I don't want my brain knowing some things are an option. I just do it every day, so my brain thinks that is not an option. That is a mandatory thing. But
You know,
you can't do that with everything,
you can't,
right? You
no.
can't. Some days you need a day off.
I mean, one thing.
So that's not nothing is, these are
Yeah.
strategies, and sometimes you got to go. strategy A, B, C, D. I have strategy F. If all things aren't working, I go to strategy F. That's the fuck it strategy. I'm just like, fuck it. You're fucking doing it now, you dumb motherfucker. I'll just F-bomb the hell out of it.
Yeah, no, I've said that to myself many times in bed. When I wake up and everyone's snoozing and it's dark out and it's 30 degrees in the wintertime, fuck it. Just fucking do it. Get up.
Yep.
Get up.
It's like,
get
fuck you.
Like you
fuck
gotta
me.
You don't have a
fuck
choice.
you. Fuck the world. Just do it.
I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm all in.
I mean,
but you should have strategy A through E.
Yes. I mean, in our business and stuff, and plenty of these guys know, with work, basically that's what it is. It's every day.
Every
you
day.
gotta go. And there's no calling your boss, hey, I'm sick today.
No.
There's none of that in our business.
No.
So that's to relate it to the pizza industry and stuff in the restaurant business. There's none of that. If you're one of the owners or one of the top guys, man, even a manager, you don't have that choice.
Yeah, but do you know how many times Joe didn't want to go to work, and then a customer comes in, and you're happy as could be, and like you're in it now, right? You did the things
Well, it happened
that
tonight.
allow you to do the thing.
It happened tonight.
Right?
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm leaving the shop, and we seen a customer from a long time. I say goodbye to him. I said,
Oh, the black dude. He's the fucking
he's
man.
The best. He's the best. I love that guy.
He's hilarious.
And I'm like, you got to give him time.
Yeah.
I'm leaving now and to come home, and we're going to relax with my wife, but got to give him time. Met his brother-in-law. He came in from Jamaica. How are you?
Yeah.
Much peace and love. He's, we got a good hug, but it's what you have to do. It's like,
Right.
you take care of
is.
business.
Yeah.
That is.
Do it. It's like the moment is now, and that's
And
it.
now we're full circle with tribal, right? But Biagio's is a tribal place for him,
Oh,
right? And
it's
that's
for a lot.
intimacy. He knows he's going to get a little touch
Shit,
point.
talking about that, there was a guy named, I don't even know. Who's the tall white dude that came in with his sister a couple weeks ago? She was in town. Glasses, gets food all the time. Brian. He came in today. He got lunch. And then he came back in for the chicken marsala for dinner. And he goes, is your mom here yet? I said, no, she's not here today. But his travel was like, he's
I
coming
was
to
there. Yeah.
And then he came back for chicken marsala.
You said she retired.
Yeah, I go, she retired. He goes, oh, really? I said, yeah, she has me to work. And he goes, well, tell her to unretire so I can talk to her. I said, I'll let her know. Joking around. Then he came back again. He's like, and he asked me, did your mom come in yet? I said, no, she's not here today. She's packing.
Oh, he came at night too?
Twice. And he asked me again for her. I said, no, we're going away on vacation, so she's got a lot of stuff to get together.
And good business owners leverage that tribal shit.
Yeah.
They do.
But and then there was another lady at the end of the night. She came in at 8:28. She just got off work. She wanted a margarita and wings. We made the pizza, and I'm talking to her. She's got her own practice. She's a doctor in Bethlehem. She lives in Saucon Valley. And we were just talking. And, and made a connection with this lady. And she, it's just a whole thing. But simple stuff like that. It's just you make connections with people.
Yeah,
and it's
for
a good
folks
thing.
out there running pizza shops, I mean, you got to get right with this, man, because it's unforgiving when you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
it is.
Well, Doc, we're going to take a break.
Yeah.
Again, like we always do. Let's have some food, and then we'll come back for a quick second segment, and we'll talk some more about stuff.
Are you
All right?
able to eat?
Yeah. Hopefully you can have a quick sandwich. All right, we'll be back, guys.
Pizza Talk with Sal and Joe, Oliver, Antonio. Pizza stories, they gon' tell us. Let's have some fun with the Pizza Fellas.
PizzaFellas podcast right here, the hottest in the world.
All right, guys, we're back.
Jolly
Pizza
Joe
Fellas
Timber's
podcast,
daughter.
episode 83. We are here with Dr. Tim.
Yeah.
You don't mind me just saying Dr.
Nah,
Tim?
it's spot
Okay.
on.
Wait, time out. Rick, where'd you get that shirt at?
Oh, that's a nice one.
Did you go there and get it?
Busters.
No, they brought it here those days.
Oh.
I got a bunch of
for
my...
the listening
I got
audience.
everything.
It's a Bun
got one
Busters
too.
shirt.
Yes. And
I
I got Bumbuster shorts in my closet.
he left shorts.
I didn't even know that.
He came with shorts?
Yeah, I
he
got
left
shorts,
shorts.
I got a hat, and I got a shirt. I got a whole outfit. If I ever go there, I wear the whole fucking thing.
For like a free hot dog?
When we go to Bacon Fest.
You know there's a pickle fest coming up?
Really?
Yeah.
What day?
I'm going to tell you.
I love pickles.
Actually, when you come back.
Oh, let's
On
go.
that Sunday?
It is Saturday, August 9th, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Pickle Fest.
Oh, yeah.
Interchange Road.
We can
We
go.
can go, yeah.
At the Country Junction. On 209.
Country Junction.
Come on, up there.
I swear to God,
No,
where
no,
you go?
Headsville?
209 or
You're not
309?
fucking going.
That's Broadheadsville.
Wait, Country Junction where?
209.
209, where the cabin used to be. Yeah. We're going to go get some
209.
pickles.
Gotcha.
Bring some back,
Gotcha.
stick it in Oliver's ass.
That's your
Have
thing,
Bruno eat
It's a
man.
little weird.
What,
his
Bruno?
thing.
What's the matter?
Bruno's going to Italy in fucking couple days.
Who's the
He doesn't
fucking
wanna
me?
hear you. He literally booked this trip because the first thing he saw when he got back was you. So he booked a fucking other trip so he could get away from you.
Actually,
again.
he told me. He's like, I'm leaving. I'm like, where the fuck are you going? He goes, I'm going to Italy. You just came back. Yeah. I'm going for 10 days.
I got you, Bruno.
Hey, Jerry still got him beat though.
Listen, on another note, how's the new sofa chairs? Bruno, how's those sofa chairs there? Nice and comfortable, right?
Oh, we got new sofa chairs. I just noticed. Wow. Those look nice.
I spent $800 between two sets.
Why should always look at
Oh,
me?
that's
when she does
good.
that?
You saved $3,000 on the other
Look,
set.
She stares at me when she said it. Like I'm still giving her fucking
You're
money.
still in
It's your fault.
You're still positive.
It's not my fault that woman dropped the fucking wine on there.
Your friend. She's your friend.
Oh, you.
Why do you
spoke
look
for
at me when you get furniture? Why?
If you speak for
all right, that's
someone,
what
then,
happened.
you
The
know.
wine. Just,
That was not my friend. That's Kong's friend.
just fucking flip the fucking.
Stop throwing the blame.
You just flip it.
Well, talking about Dr.
Hey.
Kong,
Yeah.
he's doing great videos online, by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
So
yeah,
is Bruno.
he is.
I like
Been up
those.
in his game.
No, he is up in his game a lot.
No, he is.
I got to say, I give him credit. That's funny.
I love
Yeah.
the stuff he's doing. I
He
really
goes,
do.
the best was that he goes, I am a dentist. I have small hands.
Yeah, I got small hands. Yeah.
I was dying. I started fucking laughing
Yeah.
out loud. I was
And the
like,
other lady's like, I suck spit.
yeah. It's like, oh,
Is that his
Jesus.
daughter? Looks like his kid.
No,
That's
no,
not his kid,
no.
right?
It's one of
No,
her
it's not.
assistants.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So going in, we were talking about productivity,
Yeah.
talking about other stuff with that. You know, that was great insight with going on. What else do you, like, in the world today, what other issues are big that you're looking at that you're looking to try to help out?
Yeah, I mentioned it already. I really am saddened by our approach to mental health and how it's so disordered focus. So, quick history. In the 70s, there was this group loosely called the Columbia Group, and they created this idea of behavioral medicine. And the idea was to bring parity between mental health and physical health. And it did that in some ways. So it's not a bad thing. And then in 1980, they changed the diagnostic codes and stuff, so they were much more consistently applied. Again, not a bad thing. It was kind of a good thing. And then in 1997, they deregulated direct-to-consumer marketing of drugs, like Prozac and whatever.
Yes.
So you could
DSM-5.
yeah, you could do commercials, now. And the combination of those three things has now created what I call a post-1980 world where we have this absolute medicalization of things like I'm tired or I'm stressed.
Take a drug.
There's no more sadness.
Right.
There's no more stress. There's no more I'm upset because you hurt me. It's trauma.
And if you
It's
do have
depression.
sadness, they do have for example, that what you're talking about, that commercial with that cloud.
Yeah.
The sad. You ever seen that?
The Zoloft
The-
one,
yeah.
yeah.
Sold Zoloft.
So the problem isn't, I'm not saying depression doesn't exist. I'm not saying trauma doesn't exist or anxiety does. Of course they exist. They totally exist.
But-
And so do other things, right? Sadness. Some people are jerks. You don't need a diagnosis
now
for
it's
that.
mental illness. if
Right.
they do
It's
stupid
like,
shit.
May I
Any
ask you a
criminal,
question? So-
mental illness.
What we're talking about right now, at some point in time, they had, on the east side of Allentown, we had, I don't know how to say it professionally, but it was a mental institution.
yeah. Remember that. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
they
it's
had
now
the
the
building.
State hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
CSC.
State
They
hospital.
knocked that down, Joe.
No,
Okay.
CSC.
Oh, okay.
So you had these places.
Yeah.
So if people had situations, because I could say this. I mean, my Uncle Nicky, God rest his soul, he was in upstate New York in a
Yeah.
place
Yeah.
that was a mental institution.
Right.
And unfortunately, he passed away on unfortunate reasons.
Yeah.
But we went up there and, like, they had a place there in New York.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you saw all these places stopping. So nowadays, when you see the conversation, it's about a social worker trying to talk down somebody who may be in one of those institutions.
Yeah.
Do you think it's better we had a place where they could be more comforted?
Yeah. So
Am I
yeah.
saying that?
No,
I'm
you
not
are.
trying to.
No,
I'm not
you're-
trying to be like an idiot when I say
You're-
that.
you don't
I'm trying to
sound
be as
dumb at all.
respectful as I can.
No, you don't even have to be. You're describing things. It's just description. So, and you're spot on with your description. What ultimately we want out of all of this, right? That's where we talked about thinking productively. That's what we talked about being scientifically driven. How much, right? It still comes down to how much. How much help does someone need? But we pretend like we're scientifically derived, and we're not. We are not. And if folks, I'll take an open debate, public debate in front of an audience any day of the week if someone wants to debate me, because I mean, some of the things that would come out of a psychiatrist or psychologist or social worker's mouth, it's ludicrous. It's based on on these robust opinions, and you'll know it because you'll see them argue vociferously, right? Like, how dare you? And they'll be insulted with even challenging them.
For example,
That's when you know you're, again, what we talked about with Republicans and Democrats.
I know, but back to what you're saying, like
Yeah.
a psychologist, for example, what would they, something that would...
Oh, I just the other day I had a conversation with someone about the chemical imbalance, and I'm like, that was refuted in 1952. We know that's not true. That's not how the brain works. And she just was so insulted almost that I would even challenge her on that. And I said, just go and do a basic Google search. I don't know what you want me to tell you, but you're wrong. There's no such thing. Right? What do you want me to say?
And then
right?
she's out there preaching to people.
And
about
she's talking about it, right? And she's a licensed practicing counselor, LPC.
Do you think it's safer the way we handle these imbalanced or people that are not just functionally well the way we do it today?
Yeah, these are complex questions. So, I mean, so if you take the U.S., here's some data.
Yeah.
If you take the U.S., where we have, if I were to have schizophrenia, I want to be in East Africa because there's no access to medication for that, and I will be embraced by a community, and I will be immersed in a community. And over 90% of people with schizophrenia can hold a full-time job when you're not exposed to medication.
That's right, huh?
If I had Alzheimer's, I would only want to be in the U.S. because we have Alzheimer's care. And a lot of places around the world, you're just going to meander and be incredibly unsafe, and the society doesn't know what to do with you, and there's nothing there to help you. So
when you have schizophrenia, though, aren't you seeing images?
You at the highest points of it. You're talking about something that flares up and can recede. What happens with the medication, though, is it wallops the brain. And so someone who's been on medication, and I'm not saying you shouldn't be on medication. I'll talk about that in a second. This isn't an anti-med thing. What I'm saying is...
No, of course. No,
what
we
I'm
realize
saying
that it's a
is
conversation.
It has its utility. It
Doctor.
has its time and place. It's how much. Again, how much, right? So less than, it was something I think 7.3%, or it was less than 10% of people on long-term schizophrenic medication can hold a full-time job. The exact opposite number is true of people in countries where there's no access to medication who do hold full-time jobs.
What's schizophrenia?
In other words, it's the medication screwing people up, not the illness. So we think, for example, take something heavy like schizophrenia, that 1% of people, that's the epidemiology of it, 1% of people have schizophrenia. That's not true. When you look at it, at least 3% of people have some kind of symptoms. At least 5% of people have flare-ups sometime in their life. And possibly even 7-8% have had some moment of hallucinations of some kind, non-drug related, in their lifetime. When I was 5, I had a high fever. This happens when you have a high fever. And I was like hallucinating at age 6 based on a high fever, right? That's not schizophrenia. That's a high fever. That's not my point. But the incidence rate is much higher, and many people don't even ever talk about it because they don't feel a need to, because it's not influencing their life in any negative way. We treat schizophrenia like a death sentence in this country, where if you have one episode, you're on medication forever, and now you never hold a full-time job again.
Then you take 5 medications to manage
And
the
then
side
now
effects.
it's 5 medications and all that stuff. That stuff wallops your brain. It's a chemical
fucking nuts.
restraint. So the science is completely off on that.
It's like
off.
It's like in a smaller sense, it's like ADD. You know,
ADD is totally off. The
It's
science
totally off.
is it drives me
for
crazy.
example, like with kids.
This is crazy.
Go ahead.
So ADHD, the original
Yes.
version was mostly men, right? 3/4 of them were boys, and they aged out of it by the age of 10. It was a frontal lobe maturational thing. Some kids, your feet grow bigger and your body catches up, kind of thing, right? That's kind of normal. Some kids, their frontal lobes were maturing at the same speed everyone else, and so they were a 7-year-old in like a 4-year-old brain trying to sit in 2nd grade. It's going to be hard for a 4-year-old to sit in a 2nd grade class.
Yeah.
And so they had ADHD. It was a brain maturational thing. And when they hit age 10, they would mature out of it. The other form of ADHD.
I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it. I was at a parochial school.
Yeah.
And I got diagnosed with ADD, attention deficit disorder.
And
so
you-
how I
yeah.
read at the time was I believe it was I was reading from right to left, or I had to read out loud, and it was just like a situation where I had to go once a day, leave the classroom, and go sit with a woman, and just sit there
And read.
at that parochial school, and it was like crucifying me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it would crucify me right through 7th grade, and then by 8th grade, I didn't have to do it anymore.
And there might have even been a little bit of a learning disability. But here's the thing with learning disabilities. 1/3 of the prison population has a severe learning disability.
Well,
1/3 of CEOs
the average
have a severe learning
the
disability.
average reading age of the prison population is a 3rd grade reading.
Yeah, well,
I know that for a
Yeah,
fact.
yeah.
That's,
I mean, that's a whole other thing.
that's a whole other thing. But I'm just
Because
saying.
now we're talking about
But if we go back to
societal
ADD
oppression.
real quick,
So ADD, so there's a maturational thing. The second version of ADD is really what we were talking about, chill versus anxious temperament. And chill temperament is what explains ADHD. And if a psychiatrist were watching this right now, they would be screaming
Yes.
at the thing saying, this dude has no idea what he's talking about. And it's like, come on and debate me.
well, they did a study
Please.
about this recently. I want to say within the past couple years, maybe 10 years. And they took a certain amount of boys at the age of, I want to say 3rd grade. And I took another certain amount of boys. They all had ADD, ADHD, whatever it was. And they changed the diet.
Yeah.
Your diet. So this is what they said, and a doctor was talking about it. She did it, and I tell my wife about this all the time. So for example, you give a kid a bowl of cereal when he wakes up.
Right.
He's got a big sugar rush going.
Yeah.
He goes to school. All that are artificial sugars now. You crash at noon.
Yeah.
When you crash at noon, now you start acting out. Now you start acting out. What's the quickest diagnosis for a kid who's acting out at that age? He's got ADD.
Right.
There's something wrong with it. Now, you took the same amount of kids and gave them eggs,
Yeah.
bacon,
Yep.
no more sugar,
Right.
water,
Different
not
outcome.
juices. Guess what? They were fine the whole day.
And we know that research. We know that. And so there's so many things at play here. It's a matter of how much and defining what and really understanding this
The
stuff
underlying issue, yes.
and explaining it. And if you can't get, and what I do with folks is I give them the neurophysiological explanation. Explanation means here's the mechanism leading to that outcome. And when we go back to politics, when we go back to any of this stuff, If you can't point to the mechanism leading to that outcome, then you really don't have an answer. You're just describing something. You're not explaining it.
And that's what most of them
And
are
that's
doing.
what most of what we're in with mental health
Makes
is
sense.
description, not explanation. And when I talk explanation and I'm this lone flyer sometimes in a room, I know that I'm going to be challenged, and kind of the whole room challenges me. And it's like, it's
like-
not a flat earth.
This
I
is
don't know what
it
you
is.
want me to
This
tell
is-
you.
This
Well,
is
it's
what
like
I'm telling you.
Alzheimer's. They talk about how the keto diet has helped people with Alzheimer's.
Is that right?
Changing their keto diet
But-
has helped.
But you have to understand the mechanism for that.
PizzaFellas Podcast, Health Insurance and Dental. We use our good man, Steve Seiler Insurance, specializing in health insurance, dental, and vision. Obamacare, penny for businesses and individuals in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Florida. Tell Steve we sent you. 570-446-8023. That's 570-446-8023. Nick's Pizza and Restaurant. Craving the perfect slice? Nick's Pizzeria Restaurant, located at 822 Main Street, Bethlehem, serves up delicious handcrafted pizza and classic Italian dishes made with love. Whether you're stopping in for a quick lunch, a family dinner, or takeout, Nick's is your go-to spot for mouth-watering flavors. Taste the tradition at Nick's, where every bite feels like home. And tell them that the PizzaFellas podcast sent you.
Okay.
So a keto diet isn't helping Alzheimer's. A keto diet pumps nutrient-dense food back into the frontal lobe. Your frontal lobe's the last thing to get the food. This is breathing and heart rate, your medulla. That's kind of important. You're going to reserve whatever fuel you get for your medulla. And then you're going to fuel up higher and higher parts of your brain. And so if there's nutritional deficits, which often is in Alzheimer's, as soon as you add some nutrient-dense food, proteins and fats,
it's going to improve.
it's going to improve. That's the same thing I do with someone who comes in with a clinical depression. I say the first 3 to 5 days, I want you to continue to eat carbs. I could care less, but I want you maxing out your protein and fat. And within 3 to 5 days, they're 50% better.
Just by diet.
And they could have been depressed,
Look at that.
severely depressed for years. 3 to 5 days is not just diet. It's I need fuel up here in your frontal lobe so that it's firing again. And then we got to do some psychological work. That's going to take a little longer. But I could see a 50% improvement. It's not keto. Keto's no such thing.
Yes,
I understand.
Yeah, you know what
it's,
I'm
it's,
talking about.
It's nutrient-dense
average
protein
term.
and
Yeah.
fat. Yeah.
No, I agree with you. I'm
Wow.
just saying you
That's
see this
intense, huh?
and you see some of
Yeah.
this stuff and just off.
And I'm not saying ADD doesn't exist. What I'm saying is you have to explain it. That's description. And if you always stop at description, then I'm not going to be happy with that. Like, I'm going to call you out and say you're describing it. And you need to do better. Right? I'm not saying I'm right. I know everything. I'm not saying that. What I'm calling them out on
You're
is
defining the
you're
situation
just
to help.
describing it. And until you can do better, I'm going to be more confident in me. If you can describe it if you can explain it with a mechanism, then you'll have me. Until then, I'm deaf to you. I don't care what you're saying. You're just describing it. And when you describe an 8-year-old and he's out of control and he's getting up out of his seat and you say, see, that is symptoms of ADD. He has ADD. And I say, what's the mechanism of it? And they say, he has those symptoms. Symptoms are not a mechanism. That's back to description. It's circular logic.
Yes.
It pisses me off all the time.
No, it does me too.
And this,
I just
how is
don't know
that?
it that
You want to
way.
hear something? This is a little bit maybe controversial, but
Not here. Not this podcast.
think about this for a second. Religion. Whoa, can't touch religion. Let's think about this for a second. There are under 20 million Jews in the world, but call it 18 million, whatever. And they have the Torah and they have the Jewish text, right? Then Christianity comes along and we say Jesus is
The Son of God.
the Son of God. And Jesus took Judaism and improved it and said the Son of God. Angels came down, spoke to him, right? Gabriel, etc.
Yes.
And then Islam comes along 600 years later and says, Moses was awesome, Abraham was awesome.
But Muhammad is better.
No, not yet. Jesus is awesome, and they were all prophets. And the prophet Muhammad is also a prophet just like them, but he's the best prophet. And 2 billion people practice Islam, 2 billion Christians 20 million Jews, and they all believe that their prophet is the ultimate prophet. And then the next one comes along. Yours aren't. They're good. We love Moses and Abraham, but ours is the ultimate prophet. And then Islam comes along and says, your prophets are all good, Moses, Abraham, and Jesus, but our prophet's the ultimate prophet.
Okay.
So my point is, they all fully believe their own prophet is the prophet, right? That's tribal. That is description. They believe that to its fullest extent, even though they're all kind of building on the other. They're all saying the same thing, kind of, just in a different term,
You're right.
right?
They are, yeah.
Yeah, I
Right?
agree.
And that's what shapes our ultimate worldview in that way, in a religious way. That is no different than what I'm seeing psychiatrists say and people in mental health and scientists say when they laugh at Luis Alvarez or they laugh at Elizabeth Gould because she proved that neurogenesis and creation of new neurons happens in the brain. They laughed at her for 10 years, and they challenge me on ADD is not temperament. It is a mental... No, it is a medical condition. Depression is a medical condition. Anxiety is a medical condition. And I'm like, that's description. What do you mean by that? What's the explanation for it? What is the mechanism of it? We know, right? We know chill temperament is dopaminergic. We measured it. We have all the proof we need for that. We know anxiety shows up in the amygdala. We have all the proof for that. And I could talk till I'm blue in the face and I'm talking to a wall. Because we can't get out of our own thinking, and we can't think productively, and we can't go into the data, and we can't go for explanations. And that is the same thing when I'm talking to my science friends, and it's the same thing when I'm talking to my Republican and Democrat friends. They're all talking out of their ass, and no one knows that they're doing it because no one has the evidence, and no one's saying the. You know what I
see what
mean?
you're saying. Yeah.
You know,
That's why I'm frustrated with everybody.
on a lighter note,
Yeah.
how I can relate to that is what you're saying with coaching.
Yeah.
And
Another
what I
good
mean
point.
by that is, we'll say, and he knows what I'm talking about. You coach a kid, and that kid, you're with coaches, that kid stinks. That kid's never going to shape out. Why? Because of a description. Oh, look how lazy.
Yeah.
No, time out. You're the coach.
Yeah.
You need to develop him. You need to coach him, and that kid could be a fucking star. Don't care. Oh, because he's walking.
I witnessed it.
And
Yeah.
we've witnessed it.
Do you know,
I still witness
Andy
it.
Reid has a card, a 3x5 card
Yes.
on his desk?
Yes.
And it says, don't judge.
Yeah.
And he that's his ecosystem. We talk ecosystem with business, right? His ecosystem is coach. Coach that kid. Don't judge. It's not up to you to judge.
Don't give me a description of why he's going to be
anyone
bad.
up to the age of 10, you're supposed to induce play. You're not supposed to coach anyway. You're supposed to induce play.
Develop.
After 10, you can stop play and start coaching.
If I may interject, Waldron.
Yeah.
What's his first name?
Pete. No, that was his brother. Mark Waldron?
No. Anyway, this guy, I coached him from the time he was in 7th grade to the time he was a senior. 7th grade, 8th grade, just keep coaching him. Wasn't starting, got playing time, but always worked. Was always working. 9th grade, worked. 10th grade, worked. Didn't even play on JV. Junior year, started on JV, didn't see a down of varsity. Varsity year, started. His junior year to varsity year, he worked so hard, and I would go down there, I was like, he's going to be the man.
He used to drive me to lifting in the morning.
Right? This guy is going to do it.
Yeah.
He ended up making first team,
All state.
right tackle, all state.
Yeah.
Never started until his senior year
Yeah.
and beat the hell out of people.
Yeah.
And I was always there to say, keep it going.
I can't stand ball sports for that reason. It's all it's just
Well, you need guys like myself.
it's
or
judgment,
if you were in
right?
it, no judgment, though.
It's a conclusion drawn from a minimal amount of facts. That's why we have analytics. It's gone a little overboard, yes. That's why, and you know the worst sport for that crap? Hockey.
Really?
Seriously.
Hockey, I can't tell you how many times I'm like, what are you doing, coach?
Is Mike
This
here?
kid is skating around
he left?
everybody, and you just benched him because your kid, money in it.
There's a lot of money in hockey.
nuts.
That's a lot of daddy balls.
A lot of
Drives
money
me
in hockey.
Nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's why I like something like OCR or wrestling.
Wrestling
Just
is a one-on-one
wrestling,
thing.
you win,
One-on-one.
You win, you lose. You lose, you win.
Yeah.
It's one-on-one. Tennis,
you
one-on-one.
don't think
Man-on-man.
you don't think I'm good enough, coach? Watch this. I manhandle the kid in practice.
That's why I have my son doing jiu-jitsu.
It's the only
'Cause he
sport you
does-
can't have daddy
he
balls.
does
No,
so
when I
much
wrestled,
team
it was the
sports.
greatest thing I ever did because whatever you did
Yeah.
was on your
Wrestle
belt.
off.
Yeah.
If you lost, it was and you had wrestle-offs.
Yeah.
You know,
I
I'm
can't
the
stand
starter
ball
or you
sports
not?
sometimes for that. I love watching them, but no. It's
Sometimes
No, I
it just
agree.
gets,
It-
and baseball is the worst.
baseball. They're all.
That's the politics of the politics.
Oh, my God.
Baseball's really fucking
In my sport, if I outwork you, I'm beating you. Just plain and simple.
100%.
Plain and simple.
Yeah, you know, and to continue with the kids thing, another thing I wanted to ask because we're go full circle with mental illness. What do you what's your opinion on or your description or your mechanism with the bullying going on? Like, you know, you hear a lot about that stuff.
Yeah, so-
what does that stem off of?
Just know there's a difference of jerks and bullies.
Okay,
And we're not doing at all an adequate job of differentiating. A kid could be a jerk.
Like me.
But a bully is, I'm going to single you out and I'm going to repeatedly go at you day after day to make sure you are destroyed. That's
Yes.
bullying.
yes,
Someone who was a jerk to somebody is being you acted like a jerk. And parents are all the time, oh, my kid's being bullied. No. Someone said something mean to your kid once. That is
Exactly.
not bullying.
100.
That is not, that is
Yo,
absolute. Just Google the definition of bullying. It is a repeated, purposeful, intentional act against one individual over and over again.
I don't like you today. That's not bullying.
No.
He just said, I don't like you. If
Right.
I said it day after day after day after day after day after
And
day.
I assert power over you. That is bullying.
Now, what do you think
Yes.
that stems from, though, for the youth? Like a bully, like we're talking. What's the mechanism? Why is that kid a bully?
Well, the kid has power to be a bully, right? And so the way I shut down all this stuff with kids when I speak at, middle
Events,
schools or high
conference.
schools or whatever, what I tell them is, I don't care what the situation is, always turn to the kid next to you. Your buddy's driving fast. I'm not okay with this, are you? Your buddy's going to be like, no, I'm not okay either. You have to turn to somebody and say, I'm not okay with this, are you?
I'm not okay with the way you drive. All right?
That's the
But
truth.
that's telling him. But
That's the
you're,
truth.
But you're an
So
alpha.
next time, drive better.
But you're an alpha, so you can tell him directly.
I love him.
Right.
He tells me, though, in the car.
But if you're a kid and you're in the back seat and the alpha's driving, you're not going to be able to tell that alpha, I'm not okay with this. So you turn to the kid next to you and you say, I'm not. Now there's two of you. And two of you are more likely to say to the dangerous driver, we're not okay with this. One of you is highly unlikely in high school. So same thing with bullying. You watch your buddy bullying another kid, you should turn to your other buddy and go, I'm not okay with that, are you? Like, that's kind of fucked up. And your buddy's going to be like, no. And both of you are going to be like, Joe, I'm not okay with this. Right? Or you're going to go tell a teacher. That dismantles bullies. You have to turn to another kid, a separate kid, say, I'm not okay with this.
So on my level,
And
what
we
I
all can do that.
What I try to do is I always try to talk to the kids and be like, listen, you got to respect, you got to be disciplined to everybody. And at the end of the day, in a simpler way, I'll always say, if I see that, I shut it down right away. And
That's mindset.
And I tell them,
Yeah.
listen, you don't want to be, what if I did that to you right now?
That's mindset,
What if I
and
did
that's
that?
empathy, and those work to some extent. But we also want to implement a skill.
Okay.
And the skill
Okay.
is turn to another kid and say, I'm not okay with this, are you? The skill when you teach your kids this skill, when they're not doing well, they turn to a buddy and they go, hey, man, I'm not doing it. I'm not okay. Just teach them to turn to somebody and say, I'm not okay.
Yeah, because you want to teach discipline, so but sometimes
And
they
that
get.
actually teaches humbleness.
Yes,
It does.
yeah.
It teaches humbleness and engagement in others. And honesty.
most kids are probably
Anyone
scared
can
to do that.
Anyone can do that.
But most kids are probably
They just
scared.
need to know that's all it takes. And then
It's
you
okay.
teach, and then you teach your other kids you teach the team. I want you to say, if you're hurting, I'm not okay. And if someone on the team comes to you and says, I'm not okay, here's what you do. You say, I'm here, I'm listening.
Wow.
Right? We could teach these easy skills.
Yeah.
And that's the mechanism of it.
Yes,
How do you
yeah.
dismantle a bully? Two of
Oliver,
you against
you're,
one.
You're involved
Yeah.
in sports too, like
Yeah.
Sal. How do you see this?
No, I mean, that's definitely, you got to say something. You got to, I tell my kid, because he's the bigger kid and, people being bullied. Like you said, sometimes it's just one person says. So the one lady posts, oh, my kid's been bullied. He's getting bullied at Parkland on the Parkland site. So I inboxed her. I said, have him go sit at the table with Blake. I'll go talk to Blake. I went and talked to Blake. I come back. I check Facebook. Oh, no. It was just like one time a kid said this to him. So he's not being bullied.
Oh, so he's not being bullied.
Somebody was a jerk one day to him.
Yeah.
And then she
Jerky
refused to
stuff
help.
happens. I mean, come
Well,
on,
I
we
tell
got
my
to deal
kids
with
all the
jerks.
time.
I was a jerk off sometimes. You know.
I mean, we all
were.
are. We're
That's
all
all made our
mistakes.
mistakes.
For the kids that don't.
We did.
But I
At some
always
point in
hated the
time.
bullying thing, though.
Yeah,
that was one thing I
It's just
never
mean,
wasn't.
and it's like singling out the kid, and that kid's so vulnerable anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
I hate
it's
that when
funny.
they pick on those little
a perfect
kids.
example was I went to the. I told the story before. I went to the basketball game this past year. I go up, say hi to the Mr. Rosenberger, all these people. I'm on the court. I say hi to the priest. Hey, how are you? He goes. I go, I'm Sal Rufino. He goes, I know who you are. Kid's young. He's like, I'm 36. He's probably 32, 33.
Really? That young?
Yeah, he's young. I said, oh, you know me. Okay. I'm thinking maybe, I don't know. You know me. All right, I'm at Central. Everyone knows me. He goes, you stole $1 from me when I was a freshman. My fucking jaw dropped. My fucking jaw.
He
Like,
blatantly said that
Yeah,
to you?
he
man.
goes, and I'm
People
in front
don't
of fucking
forget.
everybody at Central, and they're like, so then Mr. Rosenberger, thank God, he was just in today for lunch. He literally, he loves me, but he said, no, Sal's not like that anymore. He's changed. I said, yeah, I've changed a lot.
Did you
in
give him a
20
dollar?
years.
Give him $2. Here's
No, I
interest.
said,
Remember.
I said, you want to invite Coven? I said, next time you come in, I'll give you a free cheesesteak. I didn't know what the fuck to say. I was lost.
Yeah.
He said I stole $1 from him. I didn't even know he went to school with me.
Yeah, right.
But again, I did
I
a jerk
remember.
move, but I felt so fucking bad. I felt this small. You know what I mean? In a gym this big. And it was just something like, oh shit, I was a fucking jerk at one point. And I didn't
Yeah,
know.
and you asked me a couple times, like, what do people come in and talk about? They talk about all the things they messed up in their life and stuff. And what I teach folks is all of the stuff you messed up and all of the things that people hurt you on and all of the adversity you faced, that stuff actually produces your greatest accomplishments. So you got to use that stuff. I was cut from every high school team I tried out for. Of all my buddies who were all elite athletes back then, I'm the only one in shape and, busting ass at 56. Like, I compete at a very high level. They're all.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. It's
Because
like-
all of that injury fueled
Some of them
me
can't walk
to
right
be,
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all of that injury.
When I
that
see
all
Dr. Tim,
Yeah.
when I see people that I graduated with and they see me right now and they're looking at me, it's like, wow, you look, and I'm thinking to myself, exactly what you're saying. Mm-hmm. It's like these guys, I mean, I played sports in high school. I didn't get cut in this, and I'm not, please forgive me.
Yeah. No, at 5'5", I cut from everything, of course.
But I played basketball, I played football, I wrestled, I played baseball, I did all this. And it's like, when I look at a lot of the guys that graduated, it's like, what happened to you?
Yeah.
And I know what you're saying. It's not, and that's not an ego.
No.
It's not that. It's just like, you remember those days because there was a lot of those guys. You were the better guy.
Yeah.
And I had to prove myself, you know?
So I do this exercise with folks. I call it the outsider looking in, and I say, what were you faced? So between 0 and 10, I have a different exercise, and that's how I understand who you are. Because whatever was put into you, 0 to 10, that stuff is literally who you are and how you interact with the world. And we got to do stuff with that, fix that. But from 13-ish, 10, but is a little young, 13-ish to 20. Whatever you were face pressed to the glass, wishing you were in that room, you were an outsider looking in, that actually is your greatest passion. Your outsider looking in, 13 to 20, becomes your greatest passion.
Yeah, but what do you mean
and
by that?
most of us don't pursue it because we believe we're not that.
What do you mean by that, though?
So I was an outsider looking in on athletics.
What if you think you were never an outsider looking in something?
You are. You just haven't ever thought about it before. I've never not found it in somebody. They're always an outsider looking in on something, right? They were smart, but their friends went to Harvard. They were
I get you.
They were the
Yeah, I get
pretty
you.
jock, but they weren't smart. And that's what they became brilliant at, really, if they let themselves do it, right? Honestly, I'm not bragging, but I'm probably, I would estimate at least top 20 in the world in my sport in the 50-plus age group. That's a lot of qualifiers. Olympians have no qualifiers. You're the fucking Olympian. You're the best in the world, period, no qualifiers. So I understand. That's one sport qualified in the 50-plus age group. But it's still something, and that's pretty high up there at my age.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Of course that is. I was an outsider looking in for 13 to 20 on all my buddies who were really high-profile athletes.
Yeah.
Number 2 wrestler in the state, all-time leading scorer on a basketball team. Like, those were my buddies. And I did none of that. Well, of course.
And now
but
at your
you have
age,
to have the
you're in the
balls
top
to
50
pursue
at
it,
your
right?
age.
Top 20.
Oh,
you
top
have to,
20,
yeah,
okay.
you have to, and maybe higher, but you have to pursue the thing that drives you, and that thing that drives you is probably the thing you were an outsider looking in on, 13 to 20.
Yeah.
Do you think Sal should pay reparations to that priest?
Oh, shut up.
He did. He offered reparations.
I offered
Gave a cheesesteak.
reparations.
And that's probably consistent with the inflation from $1.
Yeah,
Right? A good cheesesteak
Hopefully.
at Piaggio's.
I know the outside looking thing in though. That's a different. I never actually thought about that.
I
'Cause I'm-
used to see kids didn't lose their dreams until post-college, 25-ish. I swear I can't get kids to dream even teenagers anymore.
Yeah.
And let alone the adults I meet with. Heaven forbid, I say, what's your aspiration? They're like, I want to make it through the day. What are you talking about? Like, you can't not aspire. You can't not dream. What are you living for, right? So we have to rediscover what's your dream? What's your aspiration? We have to tap into that.
So the whole thing about like having goals and stuff is kind of
Mission.
diminished.
I define mission as aspiration plus impact. What's your aspiration? How are you going to impact the world if you achieve that? And that should never end. You should never not have an aspiration. You should never.
And you're
not
seeing
have-
more and more of that ending in young.
I'm talking
young
by
adults.
high school. I can't even
Really?
pull it out of them.
Yeah. Did you ever listen to or read The Strangest Secret? So it talks about where are you going to be in a year, 3 years, and 5 years. And they start asking people, where are you going to be in a year? And they all know. They ask 3 years, they don't know. 5 years, they don't know. So because we're Japanese-owned company. So they look, it was 5, 10, 15, 20 years ahead. Like, I look at it sometimes, when I first came here, because this company, they're like, oh, this is our goal for 20 years from now. I'm like, 20 years from now? Like, what about this year? And they're looking way out.
It's a different way to look at it.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. You don't see that much, and I deal with a lot of young athletes, and I see, okay, I want to be this, but that's it. It ends what I want to be.
Yeah.
Now I want to get to college. Well, what do you want?
Which is fine.
Which,
I mean,
That's
you
okay,
know,
but-
when I was in high school, I remember, I won't say his name because if I say his name, he's a legend in Pennsylvania.
Experience the pure, rich flavor of Gemma olive oil, crafted from the finest olives and first cold pressed for exceptional quality. Perfect for drizzling, dipping, or cooking. Gemma brings a touch of the Mediterranean magic to every meal. With a smooth, fresh taste, this premium olive oil is a must-have in your kitchen. Elevate your dishes with Gemma olive oil, where quality meets tradition. Looking for authentic Italian flavor? Bruno Scipioni's at 4034 Easton Avenue, Bethlehem. Serves up the finest pizza, pasta, and Italian specialties made with fresh quality ingredients. Whether it's a family dinner, a quick bite, or catering for your next event, Bruno's delivers a taste you'll never forget. For food that's full of heart, it's always Bruno. And tell him that the PizzaFellas podcast sent you.
And,
Bruno?
no. But I mean, he was a coach. He was at Central Catholic, but we did not get along. You know, it just didn't. And I remember I was graduating, and he came up to me and he said to me, he goes, "You're going to be a nothing.
Wow.
You're going to be a loser. I just want you to know that."
What the?
And I remember my response was, "Well, I'm leaving the school, so go F yourself.
Yeah.
Just wait till you see."
And
Years later, I owned Biagio's.
Yeah.
And he came for me for some charity. And I looked at him, I says, "No problem." He came the next year, no problem.
Yeah.
He's a legend in the state, but we got along. At the end of the day, I respected him. He also tried to get my son kicked out of Central Catholic.
Yeah.
And he came up to me, he says, "What did you see there?" I says, "I got bad eyes. I didn't see anything you're saying." Like, we didn't get along.
Yeah.
And then finally, when I was, when I became big, sexy Joe Rapino, and now I could give you something, how I handle it is like, "Hey, what are you going to do? Let it be going.
Yeah.
This is how life is. Help them and help those young people that he's coaching and give it to them."
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. No grudge. No need, because I'm successful.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't know what he's saying. He's a school teacher. He's a coach.
Yeah.
All right, God bless you. He did great things.
And it's a difference of valuing yourself. And I find a lot of people, we talked about dating and stuff. If you're out on a dating scene and you don't value yourself, you don't know your worth, you're screwed from the start. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
Because you're going to put up with too much shit.
You have to have esteem. You have to have.
I know my value, and I'd say most women don't value me, and I wouldn't date them any. It's got to be mutual adoration, right? Without that, no.
It's got to be hard today,
though.
In these current times, like
dating the shit show right now, and I think the biggest reason people don't attach themselves to integrity and trust are trying to.
Well, the phones. Swipe left, swipe right. Swipe left, swipe right.
I mean, that's a starting point. I'm fine with that. We all need a starting point.
But no one.
But they're
don't
assessing
you think,
someone on all these
I understand,
criteria.
but now you're assessing them without the actual physical sociability.
In the old days, it would be this. It would
You
be,
go to the
hey,
bar.
that person's really attractive, and you'd go,
Yes.
they're
listen,
a stand-up
we
person.
go to Duke's up at the Lehigh
Right.
Valley Mall.
Duke's, I
You'd
remember
walk in,
Duke's,
you see
yeah.
somebody. It's like, "Hey, what's your name?"
Yeah.
"My name's this." "Oh, my name's this." "What do you do?" "Do this." "I do this." So
Yeah.
blase. You start to talk. Before you know, you get a connection. You're having a conversation. No phones are out. We didn't have phones.
Yeah.
You were understanding the human being you're talking to. Where'd you go to high school? Did you go to? Are you a graduate of college? Next thing before you know, you're shacking up in the car. Oh, yeah, you're going somewhere. But with that being said, it was a whole different time back then.
In the old world, right, I would say I might be considered a 7 out of 10, something like that. Because I'm a man of integrity and trust. I'm, reasonably intelligent, blah, blah, blah. Today, I would put on the dating scene, my value is like a 3-4. I mean, it's that bad, and I laugh at it. It doesn't hurt me anymore because I know my value. I'm 56. Like, I'm over that shit, but it wasn't so fun with being 30 or 40. But I'm just at a different space in my life now. But for the guys out there, I feel for them. It's like integrity and trust is nothing. It's like, and it's like, really, you're going to bypass this person with all that they have character-wise, and you're going to be like, yeah.
I mean, it's tough.
What?
I was at a bachelor party in Maryland a month ago. Where I'm with maybe like 2-3 married guys, and the rest are all single.
Have you seen the research on this stuff?
No, I haven't.
There's a guy, and he did some statistical analysis, and he had people rank people, like 0 to 10.
Yeah.
And what he showed is the 8, 9, 10s guys were getting the 4 through 10 women. And because the 4 through 10 women had a one-night stand with the 8, 9, 10s, they all thought they had a legitimate shot to marry 8, 9, 10. And so they wouldn't date guys who were 1 through 7. So 1 through 7 would get 0 dates. 8, 9, 10 would get all dates. And no one was ending up happy with anybody because they were all chasing. There's just, And it's all based on, height and looks and whatever.
Well, that's what I'm like.
banal stuff.
Back what I'm saying. Like, we had a group of 18 girls.
Yeah.
I would say probably 15 out of the 18 were good-looking women. Mm-hmm. They're all sitting at the bar. We're at Secrets in Ocean City, Maryland. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, my buddies are all talking. My cousins are there. So I go up. I'm mingling. I go up. I'm talking to one of probably the hottest ones there. Guess what the fuck we're talking about? My wife, my kids. Oh, your husband, your kids? Well, how old's your kids? I'm thinking in my head, and they're like, oh, I'm like, yeah, we're talking about my son's football tournament that's out here in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
His son plays basketball. But that's what I said, I'm so happy I'm happily married because I would not know
I would
what
not
the
want
fuck
to be on the scene.
Yeah.
I don't know
how
how to even talk to any of these people. I literally, I'm talking to
It's rough
a lady about
right now.
our family and our kids.
Yeah. And until we get integrity and trust back in our conversations, I just don't see it changing.
Doctor,
And I don't know how we do
the
it.
greatest integrity I have every day is when I lie down in the bed, I put this left hand and I put it on my wife's side.
Yeah.
And I'm like, good night.
Yeah.
No matter how I am.
That's a big issue, I think.
Yeah.
And with all the social media and the phones and everything, I don't think it's helping, obviously. No. It's not.
I think it's a solution. Integrity and trust. I mean, let's not overthink this, everybody.
Yeah.
Learn to think productively.
Yeah,
learn
I
to
agree.
avoid your tribal talk. You don't know as much as you think you know, and stick to integrity. Anchor yourself and others to integrity and trust. I think it takes care of a lot of other shit you're dealing with.
Yeah. Well, listen, Dr. Tim, it's been great.
Thank you.
Again,
What a
Yeah,
great
man.
show.
knowledge is fucking awesome.
Amazing.
Dr. Tim.
I love
Tim
this
is
guy.
fine.
I
love
like
him.
Dr. Tim. It's just, that's going to be, it's like Dr. Phil. We got Dr. Tim.
Yeah.
I'd love to have Dr. Phil on here. That'd be a great episode.
Dr. Tim
How's
and
that
Dr.
working
Phil
for you? That's what he always
Hopefully,
says. How's
yeah, I
that
know.
working
He goes, but he's a guy, that's one of the guys, maybe, I think he's a mechanism guy, though. I think
Sometimes.
sometimes. But we love having you on. I
Thank
can't
you.
wait to have you on again soon. During football season, we'll have you on again.
Yeah.
We'll talk some more.
Mental health.
Yeah, that's another issue. He's got so many things. We'll talk about your book
Yeah.
as that gets
Yes.
closer.
Yeah.
Next spring?
I hope. I'm working every day.
All right. All right.
All right. And good luck if we don't see you. Well, we'll see you, but if we don't have
Yeah.
a podcast,
Right,
good
right,
luck
right.
on your race.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
real quick, what is it again? What's the whole thing?
It's Spartan World Championships.
Where's it at?
3-day race.
Where
West Virginia this year.
And what does it consist
How
of?
many hours are you running straight?
It's not that many. It's not an ultra or 24-hour race. It's Friday is at 25K, Saturdays at 10K, Sundays 5K.
Huh.
And the lowest time wins for 3 races.
Jesus. Fuck
But it's
Christ.
it's hard. It's tough.
Oh,
It sounds easier to say a 5K, but you're just running harder.
40
It's hard.
Ks of running.
Yeah.
You read about that Goggins guy.
Plus 60 obstacles.
You follow the
Oh,
Goggins?
60. Yeah. Okay.
You follow that Goggins guy?
Yeah. Goggins has some good psychological stuff.
Yeah,
Usually
he's
the best
fucking nuts.
psychologists are non-psychologists.
Yeah, he's a maniac. He's running on bone.
I know.
His knees are fucking shot.
Yeah, I know.
That man's got more.
If you want to talk the science of him sometime,
I will. Next episode, we'll bring him up because he's.
I'm
going
going to do a YouTube video on the science behind what he's saying, because what he's saying is true. I'm just telling you the neuroscience behind
All right,
it.
next episode we got to start with that.
Yeah.
But all right, thank you, Dr. Tim.
Yeah, man.
PizzaFellas Podcast, episode 83, guys.
Our Spartan man over here.
Good luck to you in your race.
40 miles and 60 obstacles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Love it.
good luck. And we'll be back in a couple weeks, guys. We're going to take a quick summer break. And we'll see you at the mid-August during football season. And we'll have more to talk about then.
EAGLES.
I'm hoping Dallas could do something. I got nothing, but we can't even sign.
EAG.
We can't even sign our best
snuck that
player. We got Jerry Jones just fucking bullshitting. I say this: sell 2 of your fucking jets or your yacht and just pay the fucking guy.
He's shit in the bed. And
Yes, he is. God bless. It's just killing me. But anyways, PizzaFellas Podcast, episode 83. Guys, go on Spotify and YouTube. Subscribe. And again, once we come back out, mid-August into September, new sponsorships will be available, and we'll discuss all that happening. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Dr. Tim.
Yeah.
We'll
Thank
see
you,
you guys
Dr.
in a
Tim.
couple weeks.
Bye.
PizzaFellas podcast right here. The hottest in the world.
It's a PizzaFellas podcast. Turn your speakers up, we better have a blast. Grab a drink, fill a glass, light a cigar, come on, let's make it last. Pizza Talk with Sal and Joe, Oliver, Antonio. Pizza stories, they gon' tell us. Let's have some fun with the PizzaFellas.
PizzaFellas podcast right here. The hottest in the world. How's fire?